The power we give social media influencers is dangerous, as they've been creating harmful trends that the entire world has to stop and take part in. Like in 2015, people were permanently disfiguring their faces and going through trauma just to look like their favorite Instagram model Kylie Jenner, who came out to the world in 2015 with new lips on her face that were noticeably larger than usual, which piqued the curiosity of her 46 million Instagram followers who wanted to be her. And in result, they created a trend called the Kylie Jenner Lip Challenge. The now 400 million follower Instagram model Kylie Jenner indirectly created a trend that must have given her extreme anxiety, as people were putting their lips into shot glasses and sucking out all the air until the pain became unbearable, which as a result swelled their lips up and gave them big juicy lips like Kylie Jenner. It created a lot of funny moments because people would look funny while panicking as their lips doubled or tripled in size. However, Kylie Jenner was not having any fun, because the reason her lips were bigger was because she got surgery done, and she was lying to the public about it, making this big viral trend put even more of a spotlight on her lips. But this trend quickly died because it was deemed as too dangerous. But if we fast forward to the current day, the newest trends are way more dangerous and are putting innocent bystanders in the hospital. And this one trend started all because of TikTok. A group known as the Kia Boys started stealing cars and crashing them on purpose. They specifically targeted Kias and Hyundais, and it's getting out of control. For reference, in 2019, there was 3,500 stolen vehicles in Milwaukee. And just 2 years later, that number is now 10,500. 7,000 more cars were stolen, and 67% of stolen cars were Kias and Hyundais. Thieves use these cars to go on joyrides and jump over grass hills, drive recklessly onto highways, drift into yards, and just overall hooligan behavior that has reportedly caused at least 14 crashes and 8 fatalities. And this is all happening because of a crucial design flaw in Kias and Hyundais. For some reason, by just plugging a USB cable into the car, you could bypass the vehicle's security system and just start the car in minutes. And this is where the Kia Boys come in. A group of hooligans who have stolen over 10,000 vehicles just in Milwaukee and have been recording and posting their joyrides on TikTok. There's an interesting documentary by Tommy G that I'll link down below, and in the first 10 seconds, they literally steal his car and crash it into a yard. But I mean, what do you do? This is what they're viral for. They've gotten over 100 million views across all social medias, which has the people who own these cars pissed off, okay? As there's endless threads of people talking about their cars being stolen, leading Hyundai and Kia to go to court where they had to pay $200 million. Let's move on to a happier trend that we all remember, created by my favorite artist and old YouTuber Joji, who created a Harlem Shake, a trend that consists of standing around, waiting for a beat drop, and then as soon as the beat drops, everyone goes crazy in the room and starts dancing, kind of like iCarly's random dancing segment. But this was just one video, and it created a trend that went super viral, potentially the most viral video to come out of YouTube, going from 12,000 videos to 40,000 videos in just 3 days, and had received over 175 million views in 2013 because everyone wanted to take part in it. People were posting videos with their friends recreating the trend, teachers would get their classes to do it, and the song featured in the video was the first song to receive the TikTok effect in 2013. As more videos were uploaded using the same song, it quickly flew up the music chart, and the song Harlem Shake sat at #1 for 5 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100. The videos promoted the song, and people loved it so much they started listening to it. Now, if you go down that same music list 2 years prior, you would find a different YouTuber at position 58, who was here for 6 weeks in April of 2011, but for the exact opposite reasons of the Harlem Shake. You see, Rebecca Black was a normal girl with dreams of becoming a famous singer, so she and her family paid an agency to make her a song which is infamously known as Friday. It was released with a debut music video on YouTube, which ended up getting recommended to one Twitter user who tweeted that this was the worst video ever made. It was a simple tweet, but as more people agreed and responded, this tweet quickly snowballed, making a 13-year-old girl an overnight sensation. But for all the wrong reasons. The song became a trend for being horrible. You would play it to annoy your friends. Some made parodies like Bart Baker, who got 30 million views. The whole trend was to hop on a bandwagon and hate Rebecca Black. And if we look at the new comments left on this video, they're all showing remorse for hating on her for no reason. And the bullying spread from online to her school, where it became so intense, she wasn't sure she was going to survive, eventually leading her to homeschooling, and she does look to be doing a lot better now, while still pursuing music. But still, this viral internet trend does feel bittersweet, as those 169 million views didn't come graciously to Rebecca Black. If you became a viral sensation overnight, would you be able to handle it? I would, so leave a like on the video, please help me out, because we're about to talk about the most viral trend to ever exist, one that is still happening 8 years later after it was discovered, and it came from a place that you would least expect it, a high school talent show. Most students board these events as they're forced to be there, but when a senior walked onto the stage alone with nothing but a water bottle in his hand, students became curious and started to record. The student went on to flip a plastic water bottle onto a table, and in doing so unlocked a new ability for students all around the world, the water bottle flip. One morning, teachers walked into school hearing the sounds of water bottles hitting the tables, and since that day, this trend has not died. Because students are obsessed with water bottle flipping. Because they'll either always have a water bottle with them, or their friend is carrying one. So every time they have it out on the table, you're reminded that you could flip that water bottle. And this trend lasted my entire high school experience, and also went insanely viral on social media. Like this one dude perfect video with 453 million views. That's 500 million views for water bottle flipping. Dude, that's crazy. Teachers, let us know in the comments if students are still doing this in your classroom. And is it the most annoying thing in the world for you? Because some teachers get so angry when you flip a bottle in their class, talking about it's disrespectful. But nothing is as disrespectful as how popular y'all made a guy named Salt Bae. This man pulled an Alex from Target and became a sensation out of nowhere. The only reason being for the way he salted his food. This was a trend that quirky people really capitalized on. And they posted themselves doing this, and it just became a trend and got viral for no reason. But this trend is different from every other trend on this list, because you can go and experience it yourself by the actual influencer, where he would come out to you personally at his restaurant and salt food the way that he does in his videos. And this lasted for a few years, and he became a very successful restaurant owner. But like every trend, it starts to slow down, and that thing slowly becomes more and more irrelevant. But this isn't a thing. This trend is not a thing. It's a person. And as I was scrolling through his Instagram, he has 54 million followers. The top comments are his #1 haters. But these are also the videos that he posted. Kinda did this to himself. Let's just move on to something else, okay? Like a trend that inspires people, one that builds connection and starts conversation between people, and is actually for the good of society. And the best part is, it requires zero extra effort just to take part in this trend. You might notice your typical clean-shaven friend rocking a full-on beard in November. An odd trend until you realize it's one of the world's most effective marketing strategies for an organization. Most guys were likely to join their friends in growing out their facial hair, and when people walked up to them and asked them why they aren't shaving, the response is simple: No Shave November, which in result causes people to look up what is No Shave November and find organizations like Movember, a dedicated organization that brings awareness to men's cancer and mental health, which immediately starts important conversations on topics that are rarely talked about. But it's been spreading slowly because it's going by word of mouth. So while it may feel popular, it never took over the internet the same way the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge did. Everyone from kids to celebrities had to try the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge in 2014, a trend that consisted of recording yourself dumping water over your head and nominating 3 of your friends to do the same, which brought a lot of recognition to ALS, a fatal condition that kills nerve cells and affects the control of muscles. It's a very rare but serious disease that picked up recognition due to the Ice Bucket Challenge. This trend was completed by 17 million people in 2014, and the effect of the challenge is still going on. There's been $137 million spent by the ALS organization for research, increasing the annual funding for ALS research by 187%, which has actually led to the first FDA-approved drug to treat ALS. So good on you if you participated in the Ice Bucket Challenge. I don't mean to take any glory away from you, but I did personally. No one nominated me because I had like one friend, but I still did it anyways to be a part of it. And that's kind of how trends blow up. People like myself want to partake in what others are doing. And there was a prime example of this happening during the Ice Bucket Challenge. A different trend was blowing up even quicker. One morning in 2014, I was sitting in the back of the car scrolling Instagram, and I saw a screenshot of a game posted on a friend's account. I had no idea what this game was, so I kept scrolling until I saw another screenshot posted, and another. The background had a blue sky and green Mario pipe with a pop-up that said high score. I had never seen this game before, but little did I know, it became a sensation overnight, garnering a total of 90 million downloads because PewDiePie posted a video of him playing this game on his channel. And this game started making bank. I'm talking $50,000 a day in just advertisements. And the funny part was, it was made in only 2 days. Back in the day, we didn't get as much stimulation from apps like TikTok. So this yellow bird flapping through the pipes was peak dopamine at the time, because it was extremely simple to get the hang of it, but nearly impossible to get an impressive high score, which became a form of social currency in schools overnight. People went from laughing with their friends and sharing high scores to investing hours alone in this game and getting addicted trying to get the highest score. But there's a certain thing about this game. There's something about it, the more you play it, the more and more angry you get. Each time you mess up, you get into a fit of rage, which only gets worse and worse the longer you play, causing lots of phones to be broken and a ton of mental stress for people playing, which ultimately led to the demise of this trend, as the developer himself had to shut down the app, calling it addictive and negative on social media, which caused players to get even more angry and send threats to the developer. So he literally deleted the game and got out of public eye. He said, like, this is not worth it for me. What would you have done if you owned Flappy Bird? Would you leave it up and collect 50k a day? I would honestly choose you liking the video and subscribing instead of the 50k a day. That's how much you mean to me as a viewer. And if you enjoyed this video, continue down the Butters on TV rabbit hole and learn about a trending 2011 Facebook game that stole users' private information to traumatize them, that I even played in 2024, which was not smart. So what are you waiting for? Click the box.